prime issue for Nigeria right now. We want to know what will be the 3 most important issues that your administration will tackle?
Okay. Well, the way Nigeria is right now, the major problem for Nigeria is power generation, electricity. That will be at the top of my agenda because with constant and reliable electricity comes economic development, comes security. When you go to Nigeria today, you see not even thousands, millions of people out in the streets during the day because there's no power, there's no entertainment for them at home, there's no cooling system for a very hot country that's on the tropics. So tackling the problem of electricity will be the topmost agenda for me. The second thing will be jobs for the youth. And that will also combine with infrastructure development. Right now, the average Nigerian kid don't get a job until the age of about 32 because they go to university. They actually go to school just because they can't find jobs. Because they can stay in school longer, hopefully they'll come out one day. So that will be my second most important project. And thirdly, the issue of the Niger Delta. I think those are the forgotten Nigerians. I think for what they contribute to the country, what the land upon which they're born brings to the country, they deserve a little bit more than they're getting from the nation. The nation needs to show more gratitude for their heritage. So I will tackle the issue of the Niger Delta problem and get it out of the way once and for all. So in summary, I will tackle the power problems, electricity, joblessness among the youth, and the Niger Delta situation. Hope that answers your question.
So what would your administration do to handle this situation?
The question is, what will we do to handle the renegade elements that are creating insecurity in Nigeria? Well, in the life of every campaign, sometimes you keep some of your strategy to yourself. The law enforcement in Nigeria cannot be blamed for what is going on in Nigeria because right now, to be honest with you, the only thing that is legal is corruption. Because there's no jobs, no industries to create jobs, no rules and regulations to govern industries. So the people resort to the only thing they can get away with, which is crime. So until we provide good jobs, good roads, and a hope for the future, we cannot really know the extent of crime and criminality in the society. So that's one of those things that we'll have to wait till we get there to evaluate and then see what the therapy or the solution will be based on the reality of the problem at that time. So right now, I don't want to see the 22-year-old kid that has no job, that is scamming on the internet as a criminal, until I see a 22-year-old kid that has a job opportunity but doesn't want it and chose a life of crime. Then we will figure out that solution at that point.
President, would you consider working with your neighboring African countries so that your students in Nigeria, meaning your common students, like in the Delta and so forth, can see that other, African children out there, there's other places for them to go and work with other Africans so that Africa as a whole can have future leaders more like yourself?
The question is, will a new educational system in Nigeria encourage travel by Nigerian students to other neighboring countries so that the impact of the education can be felt in those countries? Of course, absolutely. Actually, if you look at Nigeria relative to the West African sub-region, Nigeria is half the population of West Africa. So for all the 24, 25 countries in West Africa, I might be wrong with that, I'm not very specific, but I know it's in that neighborhood. The one nation, Nigeria, constitutes half of the entire population of the West African sub-region. So there is no escaping the fact that a developed Nigeria will transform the West African sub-region and indeed the African continent. Because Nigeria is a big market. Anything that goes on in Nigeria right now will probably stay within Nigeria for a few years and then will spill out to other parts of Nigeria, just like you have in the United States right now. The economy of the United States is so strong that they now contract out their production to other countries like Mexico, India, and stuff like that. There is nothing stopping the same thing from happening in Nigeria. A strong Nigerian economy with a strong industrial base will lead to Nigeria looking for cheaper labor in other parts of the continent, which will lead to job opportunities and education opportunities for those countries, and also the establishment of factories that are spillovers from Nigeria. So as Nigeria goes, so will West Africa go, and so will Africa go. And a strong Nigeria is actually very good for the world.
Are you interested in green energy since energy is on your forefront?
The question is, am I interested in green energy? Of course I'm interested in green energy, but first I'm interested in jobs. See, if we look at the way the world is today, if the automobile is good in America, that's fine. If we can produce horses and buggies in Nigeria just to create jobs, I don't worry about the generational lapse in technology. I worry about job opportunities. So whatever we can do to create jobs in Nigeria is what we're going to do. Green will come when the people have green money in their hands. The question is, how do we plan to galvanize the people and get support for our movement so we can be effective in the campaign in Nigeria? Well, I've always been of the opinion that you need human resources more than you need any other kind of resource. And yes, today's turnout is not what we expected, but we are not surprised. Because like I said in my speech, this is the first time that a campaign is being launched with the pyramid on the proper side at the bottom. If you look at the history of Nigeria, when people run for office, they spend their own money, or they go to what they call godfathers, kingmakers in different tribes, that helps them raise enormous amount of money. And then when their candidate gets to office, guess what? The first duty is to repay those loans. They are not political contributions. They're not financial support for the candidacy. Now, even the Bible says, give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. You've got to repay those money first. And by the time they repay this money, then they also go ahead and give them favorite contracts. And how do you tell somebody that gave you 15 billion naira to run for an office that is not building a bridge you gave him a contract for? He is just going to put somebody else next there if you make too much trouble for him. That is why the development of Nigeria is arrested. So what we've done, or what we are planning to do, our strategy is 100,000 people giving us $1 every month, worldwide. We are going to reach them whichever way we can, through the internet, through television, newspapers, flyers, whatever we can do. And we're going to need every one of you to be part of that. If you know anybody, just tell them, hey look, just give them $1 a month. Hopefully we can reach 100,000 people on the internet through Facebook, Twitter, anything like that. Now if you extrapolate that, 100,000 people giving us $1, or 10,000 people giving us $10, and this is the most baffling part. How about 1,000 people giving us $100 a month? I think anybody that has been blessed, that is in a position to, anywhere in the world, that can reach us on our website, can commit to $100. If you get 1,000 people to commit to $100 a month, we will be the new administration in Nigeria next year. I can guarantee you that. $100,000 a month will do the job. And we are hoping that we'll reach at least a minimum of 10,000 people at $10 a month. That's your question.
Yeah.